Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. This is the Twitch recap show from last Sunday's broadcast, where we were delving in and building some new things for a new upcoming mission that has been bumped up to Priority 1. But I will let old me explain to you all the finer details. Good. Seems fine. Thank you. All right, map view. So we upgraded our tracking station recently. Right? Remember that? So I started just like randomly clicking on some asteroids, getting a tracking data on some of them. And we got this little guy here, which is on an impact course after an orbit. Probably, I don't know how. Maybe tore through the atmosphere one pass, and that slowed him down enough for this. E46 M3 CSL, awesome. Ooh, I don't know if it's that awesome. Thinking more like cataclysmic. But this little guy is just a class, what is it? A class C. Not that big. Around the 7 to 10 meter range. Probably just going to burn up in the atmosphere and do nothing. This little guy, AST GCH222. Is a class E. That is already captured in Earth SOI and is not going to hit the atmosphere in the next day or two. Has a periapsis of about 1.5, 1.6 million meters, but is just at the very edge of lunar SOI. So if the moon makes another pass and slows him down, that could cause a real huge problem for as far as an impact event. We would then move into the VAB, where we have this backup mission for an Origami 4T that was almost fully built, just not quite, and repurpose it. Basically, all we really want from it is the DN6B that sits underneath it. That gives us a lot of tonnage to orbit, and that massive HG3 upper stage that we can hopefully use to move this asteroid a little bit. The question here is, how is avionics computed when you attach yourself to an asteroid? Do you then need to have avionics for the entire asteroid? Or does it count in that manner? Anyway, so the decision was eventually made to go with the Saturn instrument unit, because it's got pretty much the highest tonnage requirement of everything, and we might actually need it. But this mission, at least this initial mission, is going to just nudge the asteroid a little bit so that we can use Earth's atmosphere to slow it down just the tiniest amount to get it clear of the moon's SOI, and then return it to an orbit that does not encounter Earth's atmosphere, hopefully, and get it into a safe parking orbit where we can then decide what to do with it next, be it move it to a existing space station for research, or if we want to move a space station to it and do our science that way. So with the Saturn core built out, we've got the arm claw grabber unit. We will pull out one of our new experimental engines and bolt that on the bottom, because it does have high thrust. It's pretty efficient, and many restarts. The biggest thrusters that we have, and configure them for Airzine and N2O, and that's basically the core of our nudge unit thing. We still need to add some solar panels and some comms equipment, which I don't think I got to here in this build, but we'll give the RCS ports dedicated tanks here on the exterior that can be highly pressurized, and we will also build out a truss mount for solar panels on these as well, once we've got them tucked in and painted the appropriate gold foil texture. Now, I don't really know how much power this Saturn instrument unit takes. We're not going to go with the biggest solar panels at our disposal, but we will be going with the second biggest solar panels at our disposal. We do not have an additional battery, so keeping this thing charged up at night, or if the asteroid blocks the path of the sun, might be a problem, now that I think about it in post. Oh well, anyway, we're going to run a simulation with this and just kind of do a dry run. Well, let's see if this cooperates, and then we'll decide what to do from there. Close. Oh boy. Who did this staging menu? Okay, main engine start, clamp release, booster SEP, bearing SEP, stage SEP, HG3, payload ignition. Pre-launch. Okay, good. Let's see if we can select our target. Bring up Mech Jeb. It's space, it doesn't cooperate. If we can mine it for you ISRU, we could build an orbital fuel reservoir. That's why you're all about putting it in the low Earth orbit. It's a very valid point. I don't have the mining stuff unlocked yet, so I don't even know if it works for 1.1.3, but that would definitely be worth figuring it out just for that very reason. Alright, we are pre-launch. That's fantastic. Let's see how low. Okay, it gets up to about 40 degrees. And really only down to about 12, so we're going to have to massively correct. So if it gets down to about 12 degrees, where are we? On the wrong side of the planet, obviously. I do not have real ISRU, unfortunately. Alright, let's... God, I have to go way out here to do this. But it looks like I need to travel south for a little while. Yeah, of course it doesn't go over Kennedy Space Center, but yeah. Launch south, turn west. Let's do this. Trial runs are awesome. Whew, alright. Oh man, did I turn the clamp things? Yeah, clamp tank should be on for this rocket. It's that old. No, I'm still in time warp. Oh, please don't blow up. Oh, wow. Engine bells took a beating. Alright, and let's just make sure my speakers are not jacked all the way up. There we go. Here we are. Clamps off. Brilliant. Go, baby, go. Our payload is tiny. I didn't even bother to stop to check what our Delta V numbers would be like with absolutely no weight on this thing, and yet I don't know. We're just now up to 1.3, so I can only assume we're less than 1.2 off the pad. Alright, gravity turn time is what I was going to say. Alright, so let's get the cap off this Hoogaden. The original Belgian wheat beer. It's a crawl program. Alright, so I guess I need to redirect more south for a little while, and we'll try to dogleg it. That may have been a bit drastic. It's been a good long while since I had to do something that was more than a degree or two of inclination relative. Words are hard. Words are the wind beneath my wings. Start to bring it back and settle into this target trajectory. Okay, we'll keep going south then. No? Okay. I guess we need to go more and more south? Words are weird. Very weird. And as a native English speaker... Oh yeah, we need to go way, way south. So let's just launch down the 135, and we'll probably have to do our 2-orbit burn. Oh, wait. We don't have a 2-orbit burn. We have booster SEP, and that's it. So, alright then. Yeah, as we need to basically be east of the Bahamas and Cuba before we start making our 90-degree pitch. Whoa. Alright then. Well, at least we're really moving. So yeah, that relative inclination is just going to go completely wonky for a while. But we should probably get in a good angle for which to separate boosters. Good thing we have lots and lots of excess delta V, so we can make like a 90-degree turn as we round out our orbit. So let's get some speed under our belt. We can probably bring this throttle back a whole bunch. Yeah, still accelerating at about 2G. Let's preserve our long pitch as much as we can. Yeah, why do I keep checking this? We're gonna go down to the Bahamas and then make a hard turn. What's the asteroid's absolute inclination? Why haven't you made the tug bigger? Because we just need to nudge it a little bit to get it inside the atmosphere. And honestly, we should still have a good chunk of our HG3 upper stage fully fueled when we get there. So this is kind of just to get a feel for the launch profile. And then we'll adjust the tug as necessary once I know how much delta V we need to kind of get on course and rendezvous. So yeah, this is a very early prototype. This is the 5-minute build version of this might work. I'm not sure. So expect further iterations. And what do you mean by absolute inclination there, Wookiee? Like relative Earth's equator? Equator? Oh man, I can't see. Okay, that's Florida, so we gotta be all the way down here before we actually angle it into the 90. Not like it's relative inclination, but orbital inclination. Let's get through booster SEP and then we'll go look that up maybe. Start to make our hard turn here. Alright, this is how you drift your rockets. Turn to full throttle, and we can go ahead and ditch these fairings. I forgot to put comms on it. Way to go, chat, letting me forget the comms. High up inclination change. Yes, but I need my apogee to be like if I want to correct my apogee, or correct at apogee to be around here somewhere, it needs to be relatively close. And this is the part where we have lots and lots of excess delta V, so why not use it? It's good that real fuel simplifies the ISP curve. Imagine the lag. It had to also factor in nozzle exit pressure and nozzle area ratio as the actual thrust equation. Okay, we were looking for target inclination, I guess. Relative Earth. We have a target data. Not really. Where can I get this information for you, Wookie? Go. Board cube. Alright. And we are almost to our destination, at least our turn point, so let's go ahead and start our dog leg. I mean, like, a lot more start our dog leg, I guess. Might be in the save file if you knew the asteroid's name. Alright, I don't know when asteroids are randomly generated, but you're looking for Asteroid Golf Charlie Hotel -222. That is Golf Charlie Hotel 222. Although you'll probably have to find it in the tracking station and track it before it becomes an owned object that shows up, which is why I'm not sure. But the fact that it was already captured when I started tracking it not only made my butthole pucker a little, but makes me wonder at what point they are randomly generated. Launch enabled. Key inserted on your command. Might be in Mech Jeb's custom window editor / target. Alright, let's check. Custom window editor. Let's move you clear of the stuff that I already have. Let's just make a new one that says no. Am I editing an old window? I'll say we did a full pass. The lowest it got was 12 degrees relative to us at Cape Canaveral, and the highest it was like 40 something. Target, closest approach, distance, docking guidance, angular velocity. Damn it. Position, relative velocity, closest approach, relative inclination, psionic period. Probably like 16 degrees equatorial, could be. Target inclination. Target orbital shape with inclination, alright. Son of a bitch. I totally just screwed up somebody else's window. Oh! Uh-oh. Alright, we're gonna have to come back to this. Extend. Extend. Lock our primaries. I know we're going to have those 4 that are also going to be doing RCS. Go ahead and arm that and get ourselves into some kind of orbit, I guess. Perhaps. Yeah, we need to bring that inclination down. So I probably could have done this a lot better. I probably also could have waited and done an apogee kick. But we need to adjust inclination a lot more first, so let's... Yeah, 19 degrees. Let's see how well this works out for us. Really, if we keep about 3 kilometers per second, we should be able to match course out of this stage. So I am not above burning half of this tank just on principle. Range of relative inclinations would be your launch site plus or minus real inclination. Gotcha. Okay. I probably don't need this new window. Really, I hope the window that I completely fudged up doesn't come back to bite me in the butt later. Okay, so yeah, we're still quite a ways out from our descending node. So let's go ahead and shut down. We got 5 ignitions we can play with, so let's do this. We are already above it on that track. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. Are we? Yeah, that's way on the way down. So, alright. Dumb. Extra dumb. This is probably what I should have done from the get-go. Give ourselves a little bit of circularization nudge. And come out here to the ascending node. And just push that descending node way out. That's escape velocity, of course. How much to finagle all of this? Yeah, this is all bad. This was very poorly done. I should have just gone for a regular circular orbit. Because if I was just straight circular, then I just make a burn near that periapsis. Get my apoapsis lined up and make the inclination adjustment out there. Okay. Yeah. What's the... hold on a second. No, not settings. Please don't let that click have gone through. Resume, thank goodness. 7 days. So let's give ourselves an 8-day simulation. Back to the VAV. And we will make a very brief set of changes to this particular mission before we go ahead and return it to the build list and move it to the top of the queue. This will likely be our very next launch of the program. We're just going to go ahead and paint it a basic cryogenic orange, get some comms on it. I still forgot the battery, of course. But the decision was made to run a longer simulation, and to do that we're going to switch to a much cheaper vehicle. Basically we can spend 400,000 funds to run a simulation with that launch vehicle for 2 days, or for 7 days, sorry, which is twice the cost of the vehicle itself. So rather than doing that, we will just attach an avionics core to a claw unit and bring out this old RA9 EHV, and that was a weird fairing. We'll not be using that. Standard fairing, adjust our staging, and then we will get this out to the launch pad for a 7-day trial run, and that will cost less than, I want to say like a tenth. I want to say it was 40, maybe it was 70,000, something like that. Still no official name on this thing, but just a quick double check to make sure all of the equipment on board here is up to speed and all of our tanks are fueled. Of course they are not, because something with the subassembly menus just doesn't really like coming out of the parts bin fueled up. So now that our rocket actually has fuel in it, we'll double check our staging and get this outside for a longer test run. Alright, where's our target? There's our target. Set as target. 33 degrees. And our countdown timer is already running. That is not fair. Why didn't it do that with the DN? Loady. Number of hours are increasing. Yes. I know. And of course, relative inclination is going up. So we're probably going to lose half a day waiting on the pad. Good job. Alright, that's as low as it's going to go, 12.91. SAS is on, throttle is set to full. Ignition. We are lit, clamps off. 1.29 off the pad. It's the best launch thrust to weight ratio we've seen in a good long while. You can pick your simulation start time, you know? How? I didn't see I did anything differently this launch versus last launch. Number of hours of sleep per night, or number of hours of YouTube content. I'm not so sure about the first one. So if I could have more game time, I would love it. It doesn't come very easily anymore. Fridge, the beacons are lit. NASA calls for help. Roscosmos will answer. Muster our engineers. Okay. I see your attempt there to bring back the weird Russian accent. Very close. Very close. We are cooking, but yeah, after booster sep, I think we'll be at 1.0 already, so probably even lighter, and we can pretty much just brute force this thing. We got all the thrusts. Should probably be angled down a bit more, but oh yeah, we're way past max Q. Reword that. Oh, I've already forgotten what I said. What did I do? All the thrusts. All the power. We have lots of expanding gases in our nozzle. It's only going to get worse from here on out. Yeah, I'm flying this like I have low thrust to weight. I have lots of thrust to weight. Why is nobody correcting me on my terrible piloting today? Because we're coming up on booster sep, we're nowhere near where we need to be. We might actually have that booster slam into us. It's gonna be fun. Never gets old. Simulation thing would probably go better if I could fly and talk and chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. But for now, we're just gonna have to... the kilonewtons! I actually learned how to fly the RA-9s, I don't know how I should be. Not like this, especially when your payload is like less than a ton. I mean... we basically have the Delta V to send this thing to Saturn direct, or Pluto direct, almost. 12.93, I think we can start angling a little bit. Maybe we'll bring that down a bit? No, we're still over Florida. It took a little while. Yeah, we don't have roll control. That's what happens when you have a singular engine. Definitely wasn't prepared for those jokes clicking on the channel. Sorry. I'll do better. And yes, I am flying DN crawlers entirely too often. Forgot how to pilot the quickies. Don't expect much else. Well, don't ruin it. It's your fault for not putting veneers on it. Yes, and I guess when I built it, we didn't have any UDMH and N2O powered veneer thrusters. Venier. Yeah, I just realized I don't know how that word is pronounced. But I think we might have some now, but it's... I don't want to say it's outmoded. We just flew one not too long ago. I keep it around because it is my absolute favorite rocket. It's so much fun to fly, probably because it has all the thrust-to-weight ratio all the time. And you really don't have to lob it like this, but, you know, here I am. Creeping up on a minute 20 to Apogee and a minute 31 to Miko. Now, oh, we had roll control when we had the boosters on. Gas generator exhaust for roll control. Oh, Pulsified, I cannot recommend that. Vernier. Thank you, Jiggy. Pulsified, I cannot recommend watching those early episodes. Oh, so much cringe. Okay, Wasu, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Alright, so we're totally going to have to use these RL-10s to round out orbit because I flew this absolutely terribly, but our relative inclination didn't spike, so... This kid's the yeet phase of flight. The goal is to throw the most amount of fuel out the back. Or rewatch them from time to time. A glutton for punishment, I see. Handled it the first time, so... Joined after number 40. Yeah, I'll say, yeah. Simulation gaming, I think, has been around the longest of anyone who's still around. We should all salute him for his service. Alright, we're coming up on stage 7, so I should probably pay attention to stuff. RCS is already active, good, because I forgot to put comms on anything. I'm just going to have to rely on internals. Stage, ignition. .91 thrust-to-weight ratio on these RL-10s. That should be good enough. We can probably just angle this in and be alright with it, although we do have like 3 kilometers per second to crawl through. No big deal. Yes, too much fun being pedantic about cheatiness. Yes. We don't have solar panels either. Why did you let me do this? This is a terrible idea. Yeah, Saturn 28 regularly commented. He shows up in the YouTube comments every now and again. I think the last time I saw him was the Cerberus promo video. He came out and said hi. He says he's still around. I hope he is. Probably stretch the almighty out of the stage. I'd say we're kind of pushing the runtime for these RL-10s already. Just cheat infinite electric. Yeah. We might have to, just because this is a simulation and we need to see how the procedure for this is going to work now that the rocket is built and rolled out to the pad. The ultimate lurker. No, no, no. Really, are they just an unupgraded short runtime variant? I would say I think they're actually the next upgrade has a shorter runtime but higher thrust. I think that's why I kept these, is because, well, let me see if they're making 90-something kilonewtons. Nope, 73. No, maybe that is the upgraded ones. I think the longer runtime variants make like 64. Single engine Centaur Jazz 15-minute burn time. Has. It does. It's probably using an engine that I do not have unlocked yet. There's like a whole list of these RL-10s that are out there that I just can't use yet. But I also started using upper stages that were far too heavy for them to be practical for anything, which sucks, but I probably could use them on deep space orbital stages now that I have the radiator things working. Or figured out, I guess. I didn't have to change anything. They always worked. Test flight was installed. God, it's been so long since we had a failure. The HG3 on the lunar insertion burn of the Victor supply module failed. That caught me off guard. Hope to see more engine failures causing interesting things. You would. Alright, let's try to get this as circularized as we can. Good enough. 321 by 225. What's our draw? Because, yeah, I'm thinking we're actually absolutely going to, .91. We're not going to make it a week. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. And of course, way out there, or really not way out, because that's way closer than I would like it to be. Alright, so let's plot a node here near its periapsis and just see how far out we stretch those ascending, descending nodes. Not very far, so really the benefit of making this burn first is marginal at best. Dang it, I should have been paying attention to that. Declutter the map, sure. So kill that. Oh no, we do get a benefit from doing at least a bit of this burn. Yeah, that's not tangible, I suppose. And then we make our 13-degree inclination change out here. Infinite electric, it's just a simulation. Yeah, I agree, although the real mission has solar panels, so time to apoapsis is 2 days. No, wait. Is that for me or the target? No, that's me. Right? Oh. Good grief. Oh, you're telling me that I've got 17 minutes to figure this out? Get the burn timing and the ascent more perfect than the relative node when coincide with the asteroid's perigee, right? Yes, and I think that's probably what I'm going to try to go for. Oh, that's only 624 meters per second. That is not bad. That's really not bad at all. And their lives at the abyss of the Alt F12 menu. Yeah, that's, probably fair. Let's all cheer to make simulation gaming sad. Yay! Yeah, so basically I need to better look at the ascent profiles, or the ascent paths. I guess the lower in general I could get that relative inclination, the better about life I will feel. Alright, so our after 2 orbit we have 6.5 kilometers per second. Doing no test flight for a while. You are a... Oh, no test flight is in no engine failures, no test flight. Not no test flight is in no simulations. I'm like, that is just... That's kind of sadistic in RSS. Alright, this says we'll displace 6 kilometers per second in 4 minutes. We need to do half that, so we can probably get within 2 minutes of the node. I was looking at this figure down here, so... Eventually you got the stuff working better, because haven't had any failures lately, even with it enabled. Ah. Sandbox, the simulations don't cost you anything. Yep, prevents you from putting actual ships in your save that you don't want to. Are we ullaged sufficiently? We are. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Good light. And we are on target. So why do you actually care? Do you actually care what way Harmonia points, or do you just let it do its thing? If it looks like the power draw is getting excessive, I'll try to angle it a little bit to get the solar panels more in the sun, but other than that, nah, I don't care. There's so many things to, like, I don't know, micromanage now that a lot of things I just have to put on the very, very back burner. Orientation of space stations is like #1 to go, because electric charge consumption isn't modeled when you're not when it's not active vessel. And I don't know, I do so many resupplies of stuff all the time now. It starts to feel a little tedious at times. So I'm trying to very much limit my tedium and find new and interesting things to do in between supply runs. Which is the problem when having a permanent presence on 2 different celestial bodies. There's still too many tags to lock and unlock. So many struts to remove. Touche. Without PR, it just becomes a pain. Oh, persistent rotation. I will say that is the one benefit of persistent rotation. Is you just tell something to point at the sun all the time, or angle all panels into the sun, and everything just is better. But holy crap, how many dockings would absolutely be torturous with it? That's my main concern. I need all the docking help that's not DPAI I can get. I don't know. That is a question for someone who has actually used persistent rotation a lot more than I had. Yes, it would be very nice if TAC had a way to create closed-loop life support systems. That is, I don't know, my only real issue with TAC life support is, like, there's no greenhouse stuff, there's no, I don't know, it is impossible to create an effective closed-loop system. We don't need to be particularly accurate with this, just mostly. So, kill that. Oh boy, I love how that was the thing. Let's just bounce the node all the way the hell over there. What's our time to node? 4 days, okay. And docking is easy, but I don't want to use DPAI. It's about as cognitively dissonant as one can get. I agree, but I don't think I'm going to get any better at docking if I use DPAI, and the point is to improve the skill. Alright, and does that... yeah. No, that does... Are we suborbital now? No, we can't be. I'm just looking at it all wrong. Fantastic. 689 meters per second in 4 days. So let's go take a trip. Let's do this in map view so we can see if our asteroid friend is going to hit anything. Oh boy. Class E, huge. Great. No, he's not going to hit anything. The moon's not coming by anywhere near in time. Thank goodness. You only care if the station has a cupola. Don't launch this mission from KSC at all. Launch it from Koiru. It would take years to build it anywhere else, because I've not upgraded. I don't have the build points allocated anywhere except KSC. Alright, coming up on our node. Garbage collection. Two minutes out. Let's go ahead and get angled in. Oh, I don't have radiators on this thing. How much fuel did we lose? Lots. Lots and lots and lots. Excellent. That was, yeah, also dumb. Oh, my node's going to be radial. I'm really dumb. Okay, with DPI, you can increase the skill you start understanding relative position by the numbers. Actually watching in third person. Especially from IVA. Always wanted to open a second space center once I get to the late game. Also, the imminent threat of the end of the world might just justify buying build points for Karoo. It might. Man, that would bankrupt us almost literally to get it up to speed where we could kick a rocket. Like, I repurposed a rocket that we had already built to save time. And now that it's built there, I can't ship it elsewhere. Quiet Elite, how's it going? We are doing a prototype run for an asteroid redirect. We're just kind of getting the mechanics of the whole rendezvous figured out. We have a rocket built. It's actually rolled out to the launch pad. But we have this Class E that was captured by what I can only assume was lunar assist. And the... oh boy. This doesn't look good. That might be the intercept I'm worried about. We'll have to see what happens. Doing Jeeves' work. Saving the world and practicing how to boop a rock. That should be safe. Join the elite plastic polar bear space program, comrades. Alright, we need to light these engines. Alright. Are we ullaged sufficiently? Yes. Ignition. Good light. Let's have you focus on the maneuver node if you could, please, sir, and thank you. Don't even need DPI. There's a little mod that only adds an icon that shows docking port orientation to the nav ball. So that I might have actually included from the word go if I had known about it. 10.5. Let's go ahead and correct this on RCS. How much RCS do we have? Okay. Still .55. Really? Oh, that's 8 meters per second. I misread that. Hopefully the asteroid exhibits the same Kraken stuff like the transfer stage of the Uranus orbiter. Infinite replication? Smart ASS has got an option to point parallel to the port. It does? It does? Well, that is interesting. Relative inclination still dropping. I'd like to get it to sub.1. Replicators, are they here? Oh, maybe we should just point straight into this and maybe we'll get better numbers on our reduction. Roughly. You know what? Let's use an ignition. Oh, there we go. .08. Fantastic. Okay, well. Alright, we need to catch up to Rock. We are here, Rock is here, so we're going to keep this kind of orbit until such time that we can make a rendezvous, but all of our numbers look good. Really, but waiting too much this stage is just going to bleed everything off, so we're going to fast forward a couple of days and see what happens here. If these two are going to interact and screw up my entire Christmas. Transfer stage is affected by the proto-molecule. You haven't flown near Phoebe, have you? No. Some places moon. A tiny moon of Saturn? Oh, come on. Yeah, it's not under 50 grand. Who cares? Oh, I'm pretty sure we're in the clear. What is this? Where did you come from? Oh, come on. Really? We're getting all the asteroids. It is the Expanse reference. Okay. Phew. That asteroid has missed the moon. Now watch this one hit the moon. Oh, see? Focus view. Where did it go? Great. Now this one's going to kill everyone. Where did it go? There, right? Set its target. Alright, so it's going to leave Earth and... Okay, good. It's getting ejected. That one, we're okay. We are A-okay, but man, can you imagine if NASA just came on the radio one day and... It's like, oh yeah, by the way, this thing just got assisted by the moon. It's going to come within 3 million meters of Earth. This is your life now. Swatting at asteroids like fruit flies. Alright, so I think we've got the mechanics of the rendezvous pretty well figured out, and we know that we have at least 40 some odd days before we get clobbered by GCH 222. Lots of asteroids were captured because they are using the stock orbital speeds. Oh, really? That is an interesting oversight. The website is not accessible. Whose website? What? Upgrade the tracking station. I tried that. I did not like it. I wanted to do an asteroid mission because I've never done one before. Hurrah, new save file. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, we're basically bleeding Delta V, so I don't think this craft is going to have the oomph to do it. Revert. Fab. Or maybe it's an attack. The only good bug is a dead bug. Can I rename? Wow. Y'all are terrible. Juicy me coming here hard. Dock and capture. Oh, this went downhill fast. So, alright. Thoughts on the upcoming mission? Anyone want to talk me out of naming it Juicy H? That's going to be interesting. Good times. Good times. Well, I think there's probably one more episode that has to go out before we can get to this, and hopefully I can get to this sometime this week so we can get ensure the safety of the planet. Literally saving the world. Just stick with Juicy. No one has to know why. I will offer zero explanation in the YouTube episode. What happens on stream stays on stream. Nice. Mars base landing, win. Episode 500 live. What's the debris cloud out there? There's debris cloud? That moment when Cosmo adopts a cat-style naming convention. Go ask Cat who suggested most of those names. When RD-180 node? Oh, that we can check. Tech? I think it's advanced Hydrolox engines, yeah? So, 76 days? Either that or it's modern rocketry, in which case we've got, or is it refined stage combustion? 76, 200, there's 76, basically 312 for 17, or, 2 years behind the build list. Oh, those are launch clamps from our last launch. RD-180 is not Hydrolox. Yeah, down. So, refined stage, let's just check. Probably staged combustion. So, we actually have most of this junk unlocked. Refined stage combustion. Refined stage combustion. So let's go check. Can I check that menu when in there? Refined stage combustion. Okay, yeah, so 76 days plus 246. About a year and some coin. So, we're 1/5/1987, so look for it early 1988. Could raise launch clamps, geostationary orbit, and make a space elevator. I just need the game to glitch out to get everything done. See, I didn't really need long-term habitation. I saw that come up in the chat. Let me just show you this other thing real quick. There's really all of these nodes. I mean, long-term habitation. If you unlock this one, which I have researched, NAN, and I researched that one, or rather I unlocked it, NAN, and that one has heavy crew cabins, planetary habitat, and the big inflatable. Then these two are empty, but you have to do these two to unlock this one, or not, where was it? This one, recycling, which I actually have unlocked already. That was the thing I was interested in, was recycling. So, I got the goal out of it, and so everything down here got bumped down in priority. But I think, yeah, these two columns are all in the queue. Most of these are in the queue also. It's just these nodes out here that I have not researched. Yeah, there's an antenna. Useful. Because, well, they contain no parts other than truss pieces for whatever reason. How much does that cost to unlock? $22.50? Yeah, let's NAN. Oh yeah, I already unlocked that one too. And that one. Okay. And I'm, yeah, pretty sure. Oh yeah, now the button. Oh no, because that won't. Whatever. Anyway, so we're actually coming up on the very end of the tech tree. Certainly the end of the ones that have parts in them. But I think that I feel the need to spend all the science points for no good reason whatsoever. Venus Orbital Lab, 15 days. I think it'll be rebuilt in 15 days. I'll need to check when the window is. Can't type such hype, if I may ask. How is your stream system set up? Do you use OBS and GPU encoding? Yes, and yes, and how much RAM? 16 gig. It's, I don't know, kind of a middle-of-the-road thing at this point. That's the replacement lab, and I think he has to wait a while for the next window. Yeah. See an endgame approach? Possibly. And best bug in tech tree is that advanced colonization is needed for some basic tack recyclers. Yeah, I found that pretty funny. You have ion engines unlocked at all? Yes. Yes, I do. I have not been able to build anything that really kind of maximizes it to its potential, because we can throw such tonnage to orbit. Pluto colonization, no return for 1,000 episode finale. Hype, hype, hype. Get that hype train rolling, simulation gaming. All right, and unfortunately, I am out of time for the evening. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. This was an absolute blast. Charon Orbiter, please. Oh man, I would love to sun landing for episode 10,000. See, I figured out the secret for that. We're gonna go at night. Turn sample return, please. Oh god, you're killing me, Smalls. I can't even fathom how to pull that off. That hurts my face. Earth landing episode 4. Okay, by then, the meteor impact that wiped out civilization, all the fallout will have settled. The nuclear winter will have subsided and will be habitable again. Jupiter landing, set in the sample return. I promise you I'm writing all of these suggestions down. We'll see what happens when there's no more tech to be unlocked, no more points to buy, no more science to collect. Sun redirect. Yes. All right. I really have to get going. I gotta go make some food. It's my turn to watch Kiddo. But thank you so much for hanging out. Y'all are absolutely awesome. It's always fun hanging out with all of you. So thank you for coming by. Thank you for giving me a chance, etc., etc. And I hope you'll come back next week. Same crash time, same crash channel. And we'll have some more fun next week. So until then, well, all right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, I do. Y'all are awesome. So see all of you in the next one. Until then, see you later.